said 5 shocking words that all has Congress freaking out. When Steve Bannon left the White House, he claimed he was going to war for Trump against his opponents. Now we know exactly who he was talking about. During an interview with CBS 60 Minutes, Bannon claimed that establishment Republicans are not gonna help you unless they're put on notice. What Bannon said next should give them all cause for concern. They're gonna be held accountable, he stated, if they do not support the President of the United States. Charlie Rose then asked for clarification. You're going to war with them? Absolutely, Bannon answered. Considering Bannon was the architect of the campaign that sent the ultimate outsider to the Oval Office, Congress shouldn't take this threat lightly. Bannon has already proven himself immensely capable when it comes to taking down the establishment. If they cross the president and his agenda, he might have to do it again. Watch Bannon accuse the establishment of trying to nullify the 2016 election in the video below. Share if you support Bannon's decision to put Congress on notice. We need to drain the swamp and get these fake rhinos out. Mike Pence walked into FEMA and made a 4-word promise that's sweeping the nation. Vice President Mike Pence spent the weekend with President Trump and his cabinet making plans to address Hurricane Irma and addressing other major governance concerns. On Sunday, Pence visited the Federal Emergency Management Agency, FEMA, headquarters to get an understanding of the progress of the federal government's relief effort. Pence was caught by reporters at FEMA and said something that should give everyone faith in the Trump administration: wherever Hurricane Irma goes, we'll be there first. All with the resources and support to save lives and to help and recover. This is a very dangerous storm, life-threatening. Clearly, the briefing this morning caused the president to have great concern. The people of Florida need to know that our hearts and prayers and all of our efforts will be with them until this storm passes. Check out the whole video here. Do we have some great people in the White House or what? This is an administration that is doing its utmost to protect American lives and mitigate all possible damage. For his part, President Trump has been monitoring the storm closely from Fort David and tweeting out words of support and evacuation advice to those in Irma's path. One tweet Saturday evening was particularly reassuring: Irma has made landfall and is making its way up the west coast of Florida, and our president and his team has our back. Share it out so everyone can see. H/T Fox News. This Republican just flipped the script and exposed what Hillary did with Russia. The chickens are finally coming home to roost for Hillary Clinton. Representative Dana Rahabacher, R. California, has called on the House Foreign Affairs Committee Chairman Ed Royce to approve hearings on alleged corruption involving the Russia and the Clinton Foundation, according to a press release on the congressman's website. Rahabacher is particularly keen to see an under-oath examination of the relationship between the donations and the 2013 FIA's approval of the sale of America's uranium reserves. Rahabacher currently chairs the House Foreign Affairs Subcommittee on Europe, Eurasia, and Emerging Threats, and has brought forward concerns about Russian financiers contributing significant donations to the Clinton Foundation. Rahabacher's suggestion to Royce cited new evidence that the Obama administration had prior knowledge of possible bribery and violations of the Foreign Corrupt Practices Act involving state-owned Russian nuclear industry figures, the Clinton Foundation, and other Americans prior to the FIA's approval of the uranium transaction. Conservatives have often thrown suspicions against the uranium transaction with Russia, which, according to Rahabacher, transferred as much as 20% of the U.S. uranium reserves to Russia. Now it looks like we might finally get some answers. It would truly be the height of irony if the Obama administration was the one with links of corruption and collusion with Russia after everything that had been said, and never proved, about President Trump this year. The media definitely isn't going to be advertising this awesome new development. That's why we need to get the word out ourselves by sharing 30,000 times. h/trahabacher.house.gov. As Trump and Melania walked out of White House, everyone noticed tragic new thing about them. 16 years ago, The U.S. came under attack by radical Islamic terrorists. There were 2,997 people murdered in the attack carried out by the Islamic group, named Al-Qaeda. The Twin Towers was destroyed in the attack in footage that all of us watched with horror. Today, we have a populist president that wants to defeat Islamic terror and put this country first. Watch the video below and be proud that we have such an amazing president. We will never forget those that fell on that day. We will never forget the attack that occurred on our soil. We can never give in to the monster that is radical Islamic terror. Share this everywhere if you are proud that we have president that is fighting terrorism around the world again instead of paying them billions of dollars. Trump has already defeated ISIS in Syria and it is not going to start there. God bless this president. Share this if you are proud of the amazing president that we have and will never forget the tragedy that occurred today. Thanks for Charlie Rose asked Bannon if he's racist. Watch Steve Bannon suddenly go insane on him. If you didn't see the Charlie Rose, Steve Bannon interview, then you need to watch it. Steve Bannon didn't take any crap and shed a lot of light on what has been happening in the White House. One of the greatest moments was one of the ones you are about to watch. Bannon began by telling Charlie Rose that he was raised in a desegregated neighborhood on the north side of Richmond, Virginia that was predominantly black. Watch what he said below. I went to an integrated school, a Catholic school. I served in the military, Bannon continued. I don't need to be lectured by a bunch of limousine liberals, okay, from the Upper East Side of New York and from the Hamptons. About any of this. My lived experience is that I don't need the affirmation of the mainstream media, Bannon said. I don't care what they say. They can call me an anti-Semite. They can call me racist. They call me nativist. You can call me anything you want. Okay? As long as we're driving this agenda for the working men and women of this country, I'm happy. Bannon then mentioned that the media is continuing to play the race card to try and make Trump seem like a racist. He even mentioned that the media has been the ones to give white supremacists a platform. Bannon has denounced ethno-nationalists and white supremacists multiple times and he did so again in the interview. It is very sad that the mainstream media has given white supremacists such a huge platform in order to try and take down the president. They are disgusting, spineless and fake journalists. Share this if you don't think Trump is a racist and think it is absolutely disgusting what has happened to journalism. Thanks for reading. Let's keep on fighting, patriots. We cannot let up. Mexico just did something incredible for Donald Trump that nobody saw coming. While the media was busy panicking over the weekend about a mixture of the awful hurricane in Florida and Trump's big negotiation with the Democrats, everyone missed the amazing thing he did with Mexico. If you believe the mainstream media, y'all may think that Mexico hates Trump so much they may build a wall to keep him out. Not true at all. According to a new interview with Mexican Ambassador Jerónimo Gutiérrez, Trump has been working behind the scenes with great results. In an interview yesterday with The Hill, Gutiérrez revealed that Mexico is actually starting to get closer to the U.S. with Trump in charge than when it was all media clutter against him. My own view is that we're in a better shape now than when we started early this year. Gutiérrez, now, that is not to say that President Donald Trump and President Nito are gonna be watching football together on the weekends, but it turns out they do see eye to eye on some major issues. It's no secret that we have had our share of difference with the Trump administration. Those differences are public, they're known. What both sides have strived for is to find common ground within those differences. One of the positive things about what has been built over the past 6 to 8 months is the fact that both sides believe the other guy is honestly trying to reach a deal on different aspects of the relationship. Now combine this report with the fact that Trump is busy renegotiating NAFTA right now, and it looks like a sign of good things to come. This is the kind of stuff the MSM wants to bury, and that's why it's vital that you all get this shared out to every conservative. Horror show last night. Miss America did something unforgivable to President Trump. Last night the liberal elites managed to destroy another great American institution in their ridiculous fight against President Donald Trump. Apparently the Avengers, Star Trek, and half of the TV shows were not enough. Now they came for Miss America. The setup was a classic one. You had the swimsuit competition, the talent competition, and the question and answer part. That's where it got tricky. Instead of asking questions about the girls, it seemed like every question was all about Trump. I mean, come on y'all. The winner of the show was the girl who was asked if Trump should have left the Paris Climate Accords, which she said no, and another girl was asked if Confederate statues should be torn down. Not only that, but one of the other girls was straight up asked if Trump colluded with Russia. I'm sorry, y'all, but that's just ridiculous. Unless the girl they asked that to was a US or Russian intelligence agent, she has no possible insight to offer into a collusion scandal. So this is what it has come to. Fine, if they will not treat us on the right like people, we do not need them. We can make our own pageants, movies, and TV shows. Isn't it high time we take these elitists down the American, capitalist way? Final Justice Jeff Sessions has a special surprise for all leakers that will put them in jail. A few months ago President Donald Trump made it very clear to Attorney General Jeff Sessions that if he did not work to find the leakers, he was out. Well, fast forward to yesterday and AG Sessions is delivering on his promise big league. It has now been reported that Sessions is gearing up to run lie detector tests on every member of the National Security Council to find the leakers. Yes, even McMaster himself. The straw that finally broke the camel's back was when full transcripts of calls between President Trump foreign leaders were leaked to the public. Of course, at this point, the lie detectors have not yet been ordered and this is all hearsay from sources by famously unreliable liberal paper Axios, the brainchild of Politico. Until AG Sessions makes a move, this is just a rumor. However, despite me normally hating rumor starting news like this, there may actually be a solid idea here. Frankly, the NSC should not mind taking the test if they have nothing to hide. At the same time, Sessions must also consider that many people on the NSC have worked in military intelligence, so they may have been trained to pass a lie detector.